It finally came. Alright, so I took 2 of them out already, but you know, they came in this box. So there's 2 of them still in there. One of the fronts and one of the rears. Okay, let's see. I think these are the front ones. So these are Fortune 500 autos. I've been looking around for like a description on what generation. I'm thinking it's the 5th generation. I hope so. I know they're switching over, like starting the beginning of the new year. But you know, I'm hoping these are. Can't say for sure, but either way, I mean they're pretty beast. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. You know, considering they're not in the car yet. So 8K front, and then over here on the rears I got 6K for the rear. And I pretty much bought all the options that you can buy with it. Wow, okay, so 6K rear. So those are Swift springs, and then I think these are the helper springs. So those are, I guess, only on the rear. I know they were telling me like when you launch an all-wheel drive car, they'll help so the car won't like squat down so hard and stuff like that. And then there's a camber plate, or a plate that looks kind of like it, but it's not adjustable. I mean, you know, I don't really plan on cambering the car anyways, but yeah. And what do you call it? I also got the extenders for the rear. So, or that's the bottom part. Sorry. Yeah. So. Hard and soft, and then I guess you just hook it in there somehow, and looks like there's a little screw, so it'll, you know, hold it in place, and then stick it out through the trunk somewhere, and then you'll be able to do it without having to go through the liner all the time. And then it has like mounts for your brake lines, which I'm actually going to put steel braided lines. So that and the master cylinder brace should help with the sponginess of the car. I mean, considering I'm not going to be doing autocross anyways, you know, this will be like really good. So, and I guess the rear doesn't really have height adjustment. I don't see for height. I mainly see for the springs. Oh well, there's threads here though. Maybe, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't really be talking about it. I haven't even like installed them or experienced them yet, but you know, just showing you like what actually came, what they look like and all that. But yeah, they seem pretty good quality. And then this one, yeah, this one I know you can adjust because you have the grooves and all that here for the height. And it actually goes like further up if you move this rubber thing. Yeah, and then these I have the what is it, the bushing mounts or whatever. I have them on the fronts, so when you turn the wheel, they don't creak. You know, the spring doesn't turn and all that, and rebound. And I guess you also don't get that like rebound feeling, like bounciness or whatever. And then of course you have the camber plate, the actual camber stuff on there. So that's cool. A lot of coilovers that I looked at that you buy, you have to like add this as an option. I didn't have to add the camber plate. Came with it already. I just had to add the Swift spring, helper spring, the rear extenders, and what else did I order? Oh yeah, and the mount, the bushing mount. I think it's called bushing mount. Can't remember. So yeah, these are gonna look beast on my car. I guess they're at full soft right now because you can just turn it this way. Or yeah. So it does click. You just have to be confident when you turn it, you know. Don't like half turn, like, you know, click, click, click. And then of course where, you know, you have to keep track so you can do both sides and all that, front and rear. Okay, well, I guess I can show you the paperwork. This is pretty much the only paperwork it came with. You know, you got decal, you know, dyno certified, assembled in USA. Yeah, I think, because here's mine, and then I think these are 500 series, I think these are 510, and then I think these are the Dreadnought. But both of these are like, you know, race only, or whatever. Which, you know, I want street and race. So, that's why I just went with this one. This is really overkill for me anyways, but, you know, I figure if I'm going to go big, might as well just go all the way. Yeah, I know a lot of people, when you first mention these to them, they go, no, these are crap. You know, go with, what are they, Bilstein or Bliston, whatever they're, or KWs, or, you know, some of the more well-known. But just because they're not well-known doesn't mean that they're not good. And they're kind of a young company, but they've, you know, they've been out there a little bit, but, you know, they haven't dominated the world yet. So it actually came with like a printout. So like kit contents, you know, dampening adjustment, preload settings, ride height adjustment. So at least they gave you something in the box. It's not just, you know, here's the springs, do it, you know. Actually give you some instruction. And it's tangible, you know, it's not just like on a thing where you have to pop it in a computer and go online. Like some, you know, the CD-ROM. You know, not dissing Grimspeed or anything. I know they do that a lot. But, I mean, with Grimspeed, a lot of their parts, a lot of them you don't really need the instructions. I mean, I know my mechanic didn't need them. He just, you know, with the electronic boost controller or anything else, Grimspeed air oil separator, he already knew where they all fit together and all that. Yeah, going out with a chisel. Oh, that's to lock the collars. Yeah, see, you know, if I was installing this myself, I may not have even thought of that. I guess they do that to kind of torque it. Do not use adjustment wrench to lock the lower bracket. It's only used to adjust the ride height. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna, you know, give my mechanic and ask him if he'll install these for me. I want them done right, you know, and especially, you know, being how expensive they are and how important they are in the car. Yeah, sorry if I sound weird. I just woke up. Woke up to the doorbell and 52-pound package came. So, you know, it took them like 2 weeks to build and then like a week to ship. So, I'm pretty psyched that these are here. So, most of these just say Generation 4 Plus. So, I don't know with 100% certainty. I don't know if these are Generation 5 or not. But when I asked my parts guy, Jordan, you know, Jordan at Define Performance, he said I should be getting Generation 5. But I don't really see, you know. I mean, the only thing that might tell me that they're Generation 5 that I can see right now is on the box. So you got 8K front, 6K rear. I got Swift springs, roller bearings. That's those blue things. It didn't say that I have the extenders. I have those two, and the helper springs. Unless the helper fall under Swift springs, you know, with the S plural. But in GD for my car. But right here, it says 5. So I'm hoping that means Generation 5. If you guys know, let me know. But I mean, you know, even if this was a Generation 1, the quality alone is really, really good. I mean, oh, the thing's got some weight to it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got. And I got the wrenches, you know, L wrench and all that. Yeah. And then I got you know, I got parts, more parts. And if you go to my actual bedroom, I got, what is this? I got more parts. And I got more parts. And more parts. And more parts. So yeah, I think I finally have all the parts for this build. Finally. Over a year in the making, I think I finally have it all. Finally. No, I'm waiting on one more thing, but it's something that, you know, really I don't need to wait. I bought some hood dampers. I know I already have them, but these, the actual, like, the piston that it rides on is actually supposed to be a whole lot better than most traditional hood dampers, so it's less likely to creak and all that and dry out. And on top of that, these are supposed to open almost 90 degrees. My hood is supposed to open almost up to 90 degrees, so, you know, I'm all for that. Especially, you know, if you go to like coffee and cars or something like that. You know, you can get more light in there, you can see them better. Get the hood out of the way more if you want to work on the car or something. So it's something I want and I can totally afford. You know, I buy everything, I work hard for the money, and you know, I'm by no means killing myself by ordering any of this. I ordered everything a little bit at a time, that's why it took over a year, and that's why I still have a really good cushion, you know, in terms of my money. So, you know, I pay my bills and all that. So, you know, I'm not some like spoiled rich kid, or I'm not, you know, the punk kid that's spending everything that I have to get the stuff. You know, it took a lot of time, a lot of work, and a lot of research. I mean, I have see, I was doing like research on clutch, you know, flywheels, clutches. Oh, these are some miscellaneous parts, but you know, I still couldn't really decide, and then finally my mechanic's like, well, just keep the stock one for now, you know. And then I was looking at like bigger air intakes, because I am going to need one, but I think my mechanic's just going to build it from scratch. You know, weld the MAF housing on there, and then just get the piping, get some generic filter, so that it'll match up with the 3-inch turbo inlet and all that. Yeah. But yeah, so this is my most recent and pretty much last purchase for my parts for this build. And I'm going to go ahead and make another build later on that kind of shows you through like the parts that I have that I'm going to, you know, put on the car. And then after that, hopefully the video after that will be actually the car running with everything in it. Alright, catch you later.